Today I'm going to show you how to create this awesome app with no coding skills whatsoever. If you're a developer, stick around. I got something for you too. If you're watching this video, you've already made the decision that you need to create an app for your business. I'm going to show you how to build your app using the BuildFire platform. If you're a developer, go ahead and click here and I'll show you how to develop on the BuildFire platform. If you're not a developer and you have no coding skills whatsoever, continue watching and I'll show you how to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to BuildFire.com and we're going to actually create an app for free. Now what this does is it gives you a list of templates that you get, starting points basically. So you find a template that you like visually or best suits your business. And what we'll do is we'll actually go from there and expand out on that. So we'll go into, let's say, small business category and take a look at something simple. Let's say a kitchen. This looks nice. We'll start with that. So we select this template and we'll say create this template. And now I'm in what we call the control panel. So the major building blocks for BuildFire are something called plugins. Now if we go into add a plugin, you'll see a list of components that allow you to accomplish certain functionality. So this is a YouTube plugin that allows you to bring in YouTube feeds. This is a integration plugin that allows you to book with You Can Book Me, that allows you to schedule an office or even a barbershop, a salon, whatever it is. It's a scheduling plugin. And you have things like web views to integrate with components on the web, Typeforms to develop forms for people to submit, whether it's an insurance form or a feedback form or anything like that. And you can see here that there's a lot of plugins here that are ever growing. There's always we're always adding into these plugins and integrations, and you can find the plugin that best suits you. Now, when you go into the appearance section, this allows you to change your app name. So if I wanted to actually change it to My Restaurant App Demo, you can change your app icon. This is actually what shows up on the device. You can also change things like your theme colors. So if we click on this, you'll notice here the theme colors change. If we tweak it, you can see how all these colors now change based on the color scheme that we have. Now we can select any one of these and then go ahead and modify a particular color. So if we went up here and we change this one to blue, it would change to blue. So these are just templates that they're starting points for us to work off of. Now if we went back to let's say something like this and we go back to our home plugin. Now again, the home plugin is the plugin that is started when you first start, and this is this launcher plugin that you're seeing here. So this plugin helps us launch other plugins. And you can see based on the template, we already have a carousel here with some pictures of the restaurant. So if I wanted to change that and actually add in an image, so all I have to do is go to add and upload some images. Now I can come here and select any images. So let's select this one, for example, just see how it comes in. Now this now gets uploaded into my image library. So all the images that you upload to your app are now part of this library that you can reuse throughout the app. So I'm going to select this one and say insert, and I'm going to actually move it to the beginning of the app. So this is now my first image that comes in, and then it'll follow in with the next one. If I don't like this, I can remove it. If let's say I wanted them to be able to click on this or tap on this image and go somewhere, I can give it an action item. And I say whenever somebody actually taps on this, let's take them to, they can contact me, I can take them to a web portal, I can make it call a number, I can take it to my Facebook page and so on. So let's do something like call a number, and it'll call 1-800-555-5555, which they can come and reserve a place with me. So I can hit save, and now on the phone, whenever they click on it, it'll open up their phone to dial that number. Now for the majority of the plugins, you'll have other tabs up here, and one popular one is design. Now if we go into here, most of the time you'll see different layouts for the same plugin. So let's say I don't like the 2-row. This is just too much. We can change it to 1 row and you'll see it update. Or maybe, you know what, I don't need the logo. I just need it to have all the icons that we need laid out in front like this. Or maybe even just a simple list view of them all. So let's go to something like the menu. So here's a menu. And we can look that this is a folder plugin. It's a little bit different, but we go here and we see different layouts here. So let's say we liked a more compact layout. That would work. Or maybe just a different circular image layout. Or any other layout that you may like. So each plugin has a list of layouts that you can select from to see what best suits you, what best works for this particular instance. So let's go into the My Plugin section. This basically is the repository of all instances of the plugins that you've created. So you could have 2, 3 folder plugins, you could have 2, 3 places plugins. These are the instances of what you've made. So because your app is composed of a series of plugins, there are all the little components and areas. If you're a website, you would think of them as the pages of your app. So we've already gone through Menu, which is a folder plugin. And what you'll notice is Menu is very similar to Breakfast, for example, because they're both folder type plugins. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So if we take a look at Menu here, you'll see that you'll have your carousel on top, your WYSIWYG that allows you to put in some text, and then a list of items that you'd like to link to. And now if we go back here and go to Breakfast, you'll see that Breakfast is very similar. It has a carousel of 1 image, so it's not moving. No text here, but you could simply put in, and you'll see it show up. And again, you can style it any which way you want, and it'll show up here. This is the beauty of it, is that as you change here, you can see it in the emulator directly. So, and it also has a list of sub-items to go to. Now let's say, again, we didn't want this layout. Same thing, you go to Design, and you can change your layout to something more appropriate. So let's say we like this layout more. Okay, going back to My Plugins. So we'll skip the folder plugins here, and we'll go to the next one, which is WebView. I can simply go to Edit, and then this is extremely simple. All I have to do is put in some web link that I have in here. So let's say I'm just going to do BuildFire.com, and it validates the URL. Make sure that's a valid URL, and it embeds the site inside of the app. Now, not all websites allow you to embed, and if so, you can allow it to pop up in a native browser or an in-app browser just to make sure that it's compatible. Going back to the other plugin types that we have here. Now, OpenTable, let's take a look at that one. This one's extremely simple. It just asks you for your OpenTable link that you can put in here. So it could be http opentable.com/restaurant. It'll validate that, and it'll open it up. Some of these plugins don't allow you to work within the emulator, but when it's on the phone, it'll actually show up. So let's go to the next page. Contact Us plugin, if I edit that, you can see it's a very similar theme. You have a carousel that's on top that you can manipulate. Let's say I want to bring this one up to the top or swap it around. They're all drag and drop. WYSIWYG theme that allows you to put in the text that you need. In this particular case, there's a map to plot points on the map, and then links at the bottom of the map so that you're able to contact. If you click on contact info, you're able to contact. You're able to see the list of contact links. You could also go into the design and see that it's different layouts. You can see this layout is different than this layout. And you'll pick the right layout that works for you. Okay, moving back to My Plugins. We're on the second page. Let's see here. Places is another good one. If we go to places, this will show you the list of, so let's say if this restaurant had a franchise and had multiple locations, you'll see it plotted on a map. You're able to add in a carousel if you'd like, WYSIWYG, and the list of all, the categories of places that you have. So if you go into all items, you'll see here, this will get you the list of all your locations in San Diego, Sacramento, San Jose, and so on. So the theme is very similar. You can go to design and see the different layouts. Sometimes it's not just layouts. For example, this is multiple sections of the layout. So this one's a little bit more complex as a plugin. You can change the main layout versus the inner item layouts. It also has a setting section. Sometimes you'll see this on some plugins that'll allow you to say by default go to the map versus the list, but no, let's say I wanted to go to the list first, so show me the list and not the map. I don't want it to start here. I want it to start with the list view first. If you want to show the miles in, show the distance in miles or kilometers. So some of them will have a settings tab as well. Let's go through the other components that we have here. So the help section gives you a lot of videos and tutorials of how to create and modify any of the plugins here. Appearance section really deals with splash screens, colors, themes, fonts, things like that that are played throughout the app. Your media library is just the set of all the images that you want to use throughout your app. So if you're a restaurant, it's your logo, some images about inside of your restaurant, and probably a few dishes that you want to use throughout the app. Your home plugin, this is the plugin that first starts, when you first start your app, this is what you see. So let's say, for example, we wanted to start with the About Us plugin. We wanted to start here. All we have to do is go back to the appearance and say, I don't want to start from the home plugin. I want to start with the About Us plugin. So now when the app first starts, it starts here. And then they can use a side menu to navigate wherever they want. So it's really whatever works best for your application. So a home plugin is just a quick way to get your home plugin. Inside of plugins, you have Add a Plugin. So let's say there's a functionality that the template doesn't have. So let's say this is Smooch Chat. So this, for example, is a component that allows you to either interact with your customers directly. If they have a question, that they can chat with you live, they can chat in a community. If you're, let's see here, if you wanted to allow them to share the app with their friends, there's a share plugin that allows them to SMS, QR code, and send out, share the app through social media as well. If you have a list of people, let's say in this case, let's say it's your restaurant, and you wanted to put a list of your chefs and your sous chefs and your staff here and management. You can this plugin does really well to illustrate your staff and things like that. If you're integrated with OpenTable for reservations, this works for you as well. If you have a list of let's say videos that you'd like to bring in through YouTube, or there's an RSS feed that has a list of videos for you, you can show that in your app as well. We have integrations with job forms, Instagram, PDF viewers, things like that. And you'll see many other plugins that are here, and just find what suits your business. If you're selling products, you may want an e-commerce plugin to integrate with Shopify or any other e-commerce plugin, e-commerce integration for you to sell your products. So My Plugins is basically all the plugins that are available on your app right now that are actually implemented. So think of these as types, and these are instances of those plugins. Side menu is your side menu here. It allows you to reorder, load all, load only certain instances that you want. So you can reorder it. Let's say you wanted loyalty to be on top. You can just swap it out, and now loyalty's on top. Notification allows you to send out push notifications to your app users. So you can send out a push notification to them just saying, hey, everybody, this Friday we have a happy hour from 4 to 6, and here's a discount, and you can push that out to everybody. If you're having a slow day, you can send out a push notification, hey guys, come out tonight and get this discount, or let's say you're showing this is a sports bar and you wanted to send out a notification that you have the next big game coming up. You could schedule them out to go out later in a future date. And it really helps you keep in contact with your customers. So now you spend some time building your app any which way you want, putting in the plugins that make sense to your business. And all this has, again, been free up to this point. Now when you're ready to actually upgrade, when you do that, you'll go into a paid version that allows us to publish your app to iOS and Android so that they actually make it to the App Store and people can download it on their phone. But before then, if you wanted to see it on your phone just to get a quick preview feel of how it is, you can click preview on phone, type in your phone number here, and it'll text message you a link to show this on your phone. So if you want to send it to your colleague or a friend to take a look at it, you can enter in their number and they'll be able to take a look at it as well. Once you're good and ready, you can go ahead and hit upgrade. And at that point, that's when your paid subscription starts. Now, if you look at the paid subscription from the time that you put in here compared to maintaining, getting developers to develop it for you, maintaining your own servers, it really makes no sense for you to go out and spend all that money and all that time when you can probably get up and running in a few hours. One last thing I'll say here, if for whatever reason you develop your app and it's grown to a certain point and you feel that there's some functionality that that BuildFire doesn't necessarily have, the good thing is you don't have to scratch this project. You can actually hire a developer to develop that one plugin for you under our developer portal, and you don't have to pay them to develop the entire app. They could develop just the part that is missing, and it still saves you cost even if you end up making any custom development. You can contact BuildFire. We have a team of certified developers, or you can contact any other developer if it comes to that. At that point, you're probably doing really well. So the good thing is you won't outgrow BuildFire. Some of the app building platforms that are out there you might outgrow because you'll reach a ceiling. With us, no. While you can start with zero technical skill, if you needed a developer to expand on it, you can do so without starting from scratch again, and it'll minimize your costs. I hope this helps, and good luck with your next app. Look for our other videos, and let's see the next great app.